Same to good morning. So thanks a lot for joining in the morning. So few more people will also join in another 1 or 2 minutes. Okay. So I thought we can start it because we have scheduled the call only for 1 hour. So today's topic is health. Health is wealth, and we have amongst us Mr. Murthy. So actually, Murthy is our manager for talent acquisition. Okay. But his interest lays in various spheres, and one of this is in wellness and health. And also, Shiva will take you through what is his profile and what is his background and why we have chosen him for today's topic. And from then on, Murthy will take over. Murthy, all the best. So do well. So as I told, please give a general feedback on how to go about the maintenance of our health and what are the problems that we face and how to overcome it. Okay. So thanks, Murthy. Thanks for sparing your time in giving us your inputs. Over to you, Shiva and Murthy. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir. As Arun sir said, Murthy is doing various programs relating to physical and mental health well-being. So he is doing various things about stress and depression relief and healthy living. For our surprise about Murthy is one thing, he never take any injection from his childhood itself. So till now he didn't take any injection. So that is one of the good thing about Murthy. So here today will take training about health is wealth. As we know all what is health and how is very good to be to have a healthy life. Thank you, Murthy, for sparing your time with us. Thank you, team.
Thank you, Shiva, and thank you, Mr. Arun, for giving an introduction about me. And friends, we have spoke a lot over the call and over in person at office, and you may have a question inside your mind. This guy is a guy who works with me, and what he is going to speak about health or wealth, or how health is a wealth. So basically, apart from being a HR or apart from being a talent acquisition person, I am always engage myself in helping the people. So that is the basic reason I came to be a HR, to help the people professionally as well. So what we are going to speak about today is wellness, not just how to be a health expert. It's actually wellness is what I consult people for. And my background for this, if you want to understand, maybe from mid of 2003, I've been working closely with the medical industry, directly or indirectly. And there are a couple of district collectorates who use my program for various awareness of their medical campaigns, basically. So before we start wellness, I would like to understand that, have you all got your notepad and pen ready with you to take the tips of health?
Yes, Murthy.
That is great. How about the rest of the people? Murugan sir, Swami, Ramya, Bhavani, Murali, Kiruba.
Yes, sir.
Murthy, just once again, team, we would like to have this intersection be very interactive. Okay, this morning. So we should be very interactive. So this put your full involvement.
Yeah, please feel free to talk. And this is not a normal work-related session. So you can be free. You can talk anything, and you can ask anything that you want to ask Murthy. Okay. So I hope Murthy is asking whether we have the pads and pens ready. So if you can quickly confirm, so that sort of quickness and interactiveness we would expect from you people. Yeah, Murthy.
Yeah. So if you have those notepads and pens ready, you can keep it aside because you will not be needed in this whole session, because I'm not going to give any tips as of. You have to note and keep it ready in handy, right? Now, before we start, what is health? I would like to understand from each of you guys, and let's take this session as interactive, as you and Arun said. I would like to understand from each of you. I'll read out the names one by one, and I want you, when I say your name, I want you to tell me what is the natural thing which is in your before your eyes, what you can see as a natural thing. It may be a leaf, it may be a flower, or it may be a tree through your window, whatever it is. So, what is the natural thing which you can see right now at this moment? I want you to let us know. First one, Bhavani.
So
Oh,
I'm seeing myself, so I am my body.
okay, no, I'm saying before your eyes, in front of your eyes,
Sorry.
in your view, before your eyes, what are the
Okay.
natural things you are seeing
right now?
So okay. So just now I am in my window, so I see lot of green tree.
Okay, and Mr. Gajendra Prabhu, sorry, Gajendra Babu. Yeah.
Okay. Murthy, I don't know. Just now I joined. Okay. What was the contest?
No, I'm just trying to understand, in your view, right now at this moment, what are the natural things you can see?
Yeah, Goa tree.
What is it? Goat. Okay.
Goa tree.
Goa tree.
Goa tree.
Goa tree. Okay.
Goya Maram.
Koyama. And we have Swami. Swami, you there?
Sir, sunset.
Sun. Okay. And Shanti.
Money
Shanti.
plant, Nancy. Money plant.
Money plant. Jayashree.
I see the sky and the sun.
Okay. Kirubanandam.
Yeah, trees only, sir.
Trees only. Manigandan.
Murthy, I missed to inform you one thing. Okay. As Bhavani
Yeah.
said, okay, I'm also a natural thing. Okay. So I'm seeing myself.
Okay. And Manigandan.
Sir, I'm not understanding per question. First,
Manigandan, in your views, that means நீங்க இப்ப பாக்குறீங்கல்ல உங்க கண்ணு முன்னாடி வருகிற நேச்சுரலான விஷயம் என்னென்ன? What are all the natural things you can see right now? Trees.
So மரம் செடி கொடிகள் எல்லாம் சார் என்னால தெரியுது.
Okay, Manjunath.
Buildings.
Murali.
Trees there is, sir.
Trees you can see. Murugan sir.
வாழை மரம் தான் நிக்குது.
என்னது சார்?
வாழை மரம், banana tree.
வாழை மரம், plantain. Rajesh.
Sir, trees தான் sir. Coconut tree.
Okay, Ramya.
Coconut tree, sir.
Coconut tree. Sanjeev.
Sunrise.
Sun is rising. Sujata.
செம்பருத்தி
செடி, hibiscus. Sundareshan, Sundar sir.
Goa tree and neem tree.
Goa tree and neem tree. Great. Who else we left? Arun.
Yeah. So I am not able to see any trees, but I saw a squirrel.
Squirrel you have seen. Shiva?
So I'm sitting in my room. I didn't see any natural things in front of me. What is there? Wall and all. Tomorrow we are shifting. We're going to shift my home. So all these scattered things are there.
Okay, great. So we have all now we have seen something which we think it is natural in our eyes right now. Now you just think about it. Most of the people we have seen trees, and then 3 to 4 people said sun. One person said building, that is Manjunath, I hope. So pretty much we all see something which is green, and we said it is natural thing. And there are somebody who are inside the room, closed room probably, who may not be able to see the thing. Now, just think about it. The question or what I wanted to understand is, what is the natural thing which is on your eyes right now? Now, What we are missing to see is whatever we are seeing is a part of nature. The laptop or the mobile, what we are seeing, it itself is coming from the nature, basically. So there is nothing called non-natural. Everything is natural. Am I right? So everything is made out of the product from the nature. So it is everywhere. Can you follow me?
Yeah.
Yes.
We understood that.
Yeah. So it's been named in different forms. It's been named as laptop. What we are seeing right now, it may be chair, it may be a TV or a refrigerator, but everything is the product of the nature and its ore, basically. So this is exactly the wellness or health what we are trying to adapt right now, and
So, Murthy, Murthy, sorry to interrupt you. I have one doubt. If
Yes.
it is laptop and everything is nature means, why it is give harm for environment?
Okay, that is something which is we have to speak on the environmental thing. That is again a big topic to cover. But I am trying to get to the point, right? What you are asking is right. Actually, it is not doing any environment. It is actually disturbing the environment due to the human species. We are exploiting its use and the production out of it. Right now, that is a completely different context. Okay, so that is different. It's not affecting the environment. The thing which is affecting the environment is the usage of it exploited by the human race. So both as different things. Now, my friends, wellness or health is the same. It is everywhere basically, and we are not trying to give time or focus out of it in our busy schedule of present day life. That is where we need somebody who need to help us with our present health actually. So it's a good start anyway. We had a good interactive startup right now. Let's see what exactly is the health, what exactly is the problem which we have. There are two things basically when it comes to health. One is called disease, and then another one is called syndrome. We need to understand the difference between this, and everyone needs to understand it. Can anyone tell me who has got up with cold recently? Anyone have cold or had cold in last 2-3 days?
Yes, Miss Murthy, I had.
Jayashree, great. So our friend Jayashree had a cold, or I think having a cold. So can anyone say what exactly cold means? The abbreviation of cold means? Anyone? No, don't Google.
Yeah, it's upper respiratory infection.
Yeah, cold means it's chronic obstructive lung disease. Not the word. D is disease. Okay. And we have something called syndrome, right? Now, what is a disease? What is a syndrome? If you understand this difference, then you will be coming out of all the health issues or whatever the health improvement we have to do, right? A disease is something which actually affect your present day life. Okay, so it will give disturbance in your present day life. Basically, that is called disease. Syndrome is it's basically it's a um, it's a result, or it's a kind of conditions, it's kind of a symptoms which shows that symptom may be good, that symptom may be bad. Those symptoms may be new for the body. It may be or may not be disturbing your present day life. Right now, this is the difference. Now, what exactly causes a disease or a syndrome? There are two things involved in this. Now, I hope this training is happening on a Saturday morning, and obviously it's a weekend. But again, let us have another small interactive round. I would like to understand what you guys are doing for breakfast today. Bhavani, what is the breakfast at home today?
Actually, I don't know.
Okay, you don't know. Swami?
Chapati.
Chapati. Shanti.
Dosa.
Dosa.
Yes.
Jayashree.
I seriously don't know. I'm in a hostel. I have to go up and check.
Kiruba.
Don't know, sir.
Don't know. Manigandan.
I don't know, sir.
You also don't know. Manjunath.
Obviously, don't know.
Sorry, what is it?
Don't know. I don't.
You also.
So
Murali.
whatever their wife keeps, they will eat.
Murali. What is it?
Don't. At that time, we are going to decide, sir, whether we need to eat or not.
Murali, what is it? Dosa.
Yes, sir.
Murugan sir.
Kalala rice.
Kalayala rice. Rajesh. Support.
Dosa, sir.
Dosai. Ramya.
Puri, sir.
Puri. Sanjeev. What's for Kana?
Omelette, bread omelette.
Omelette. Wow. Sujata.
Chapati sayno.
Chapati say okay. Sundar sir.
I think Pongal. Smell like.
Pongal. Okay. Great. Now, just think, we all gone through our colleagues, what they are going to do or what they are planning to do or what they don't have idea is about for the breakfast. Now, I just take any one of the days. Maybe I'll go chapati because that is, pan-India based dish. Right? Now, what we need chapati, we need a lot of ingredients. Let's say one of the main ingredient is wheat, and then of course we need salt, right? Now just imagine that you are going to prepare chapati for today's breakfast and you are getting inside your kitchen, and when you made all the things ready for the batter, and then finally you are going to add salt to it, and when you are seeing your salt box, salt is over, right? And then you are making the chapati without salt. Now how the chapati would taste? Will the chapati taste good?
Tasteless.
No.
No. Okay. Now just imagine. Okay. Again, you are entering your kitchen, made the batter ready, and then you added salt. And just for imagination, let's assume that salt is a spoiled salt. You don't know that. Okay. The salt has been spoiled because it's a very old salt which you are using maybe after a year or something. You can imagine whatever it is, but the basic point is it's a spoiled salt and you have added it with the batter and you made the chapatis, right? Now tell me, will the chapatis taste good?
No.
Okay, only Jayashree said no. Anyone else?
No, definitely not.
And one more thing I would like to add, Murthy, and salt is a preservative and it never gets spoiled, right?
Exactly. That is why I said it's just I'm leaving it to imagination. No? You can take wheat. You think the wheat which we have is spoiled, and we made a chapati out of it. Will that taste good now?
No, definitely not.
Absolutely not. Right. Now the same is the principle, my friends, in the body. Your body reflect its disease or it may be a syndrome based on these two facts. Either something is not in your blood or something in your blood is not in the proper proportion, which we call it as spoiled. If these two things are addressed properly, then you don't have any disease or syndrome across your lifetime. You don't need any doctor or anyone. Now there is another part of health and wellness which is called being fit, being healthy, or increasing weight or decreasing weight. That is a completely different session. What we are speaking now is only about wellness. So of course I'll give you a detailed thing, as Mr. Arun asked, to give simple tips to lead a healthy life. That tips is going to help you also for your weight reduction or weight increase. Okay, that I'll give it maybe after 8:20 in the last 10 minutes. So till that time, just bear with me and bear my doubts which I am asking at the middle in between. Right now, So how you understand basically what is not there in our blood or what is spoiled in our blood? Okay. Before that, we have to understand why we are speaking about blood, because blood is, what is blood in the body? Guys, any thoughts? Why do we have blood inside our body?
So basically, it's it's scientific things. Terms.
Not scientifically, in general terms also you can see.
So,
See, basically
because
the,
no, it's with the blood we cannot survive. Our day-to-day life is based on the circulation of blood only. If it's stopped, then everything, all function of the body will stop. As per my understanding.
right. So any other thoughts? Somebody want to add anything more on it?
Yeah, blood carries good nutrition to the complete body as it is a liquid. It helps to transport everything. I mean, all the good and the bad.
Okay. And so we have the inputs of Mr. Shiva and Jayashree, and I hope anyone want to add something to it, or can I?
நான் சொல்லட்டுமா?
Yeah, சொல்லுங்க சொல்லுங்க. Yeah, please.
இப்போ எல்லாமே இப்போ பிளட் இல்லைன்னா உடம்புல எதுவுமே நம்மளால இயங்கவே முடியாது. ஸோ அதே மாதிரி தான் எல்லாமே செடி கொடி எல்லாத்துக்குமே வந்து தண்ணி ரொம்ப முக்கியம். ஸோ அது மாதிரி நம்மளோட பாடியிலயும் வந்துட்டு வாட்டர் லெவல்ன்றது பிளட்லயே கலந்துருக்கும். ஸோ அது ரொம்ப அது இல்லைன்னா நம்மளால வந்துட்டு எதுவுமே பண்ண முடியாது. ஸோ நம்மளுடைய உடம்புல இருக்க எல்லா ஆர்கன் வந்து ஃபங்க்ஷன் ஆகாது. ஸோ பிளட்ன்றது ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். ஸோ இப்போ ஒரு ஆப்ரேஷன் பண்ணனா கூட ஒரு ஆக்சிடென்ட் ஆயிடுச்சுன்னா பிளட் போயிடும். ஸோ அப்போ பிளட் தான் தேவைப்படும், வேற எதுவுமே கேட்க மாட்டாங்க. ஸோ அதாவது பிளட்ல ஏதாச்சும் ப்ராப்ளம் இருந்தா கூட நம்மளுடைய ஆர்கன் தான் கேட்டு போகும். ஸோ லிவரோ இல்லை வந்துட்டு பிரெயினோ, ஸோ அது மாதிரி. ஸோ பிளட்ன்றது ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் நம்ம உடம்புக்குள்ள.
Right. So all these inputs are exactly right, and the basic fundamental reason why any human body need blood is human body is a complex organism, and it's nearly 17% of human body is composed of bacteria and other parasites. Parasite, when we say parasite, it is not like parasite mean it will always harmful, right? There are good parasite, and a human body is having nearly 17% of bacteria. We are living with bacteria and viruses in every day, which actually helps our day-to-day life and metabolism and mechanism of the body. Now, to keep the fuel for our body and these parasitic bodies, there should be a mechanism. That mechanism is facilitated by something called blood. Okay, so the blood has again different components. We have plasma, we have red blood cells, we have white blood cells, and then you have lymphocytes. So that is, it's a bigger portion again. So let's not go with that now. We have to now, as we spoke, we have to understand what is not there in our blood or what is spoiled in our blood to understand what to come out of a particular situation or a syndrome or a disease, whatever that may be. It may be a common cold, or it may be a chronic disorder, or it may be fever, or whatever it may be, right? So how the blood is missing something, how we will get to know. So we have to understand something called language of the body, right? It's not body language. Language of the body we have to understand. Now, this is very simple and easier, which we know from long time. Any guess what might be the language of the body? Like how the blood will tell you that there is something missing in me, or there is something spoiled in me, so please replace it. Basically the same kitchen idea you can think about. When there is no salt in your kitchen, what you will do, uh, you will tell somebody in home that salt is not there, so please go and get salt, right? So in the same way, blood has to tell us, then only we will be able to give that. Now, any guess that how it tells us?
Same, it is the cold, fever.
Okay. Any other guess? One more person.
Tiredness.
Okay. Now, I mean, these are all also a way of telling, but the basic way of telling, the language of body is called hunger. Hunger is something our body is telling us there is something missing in the blood at that particular time to certain functions. So it says to us in the way of hunger that we have to put something inside so that that will be particled and bifurcated and changed into the chemical composition and your nutrients or vitamins or minerals, whatever the name you want to put it, that will be suffice. So hunger is basically the language of the body, which is telling that there is something which is needed to run this particular body's mechanism, and please give me input, right? Now we have to understand what we have to do when we are getting that request. When you are going to make the chapati and the atta is not ready and you are asking somebody to get the atta, what do we expect basically?
Sorry, Murthy, come again, please.
All materials need to be composite proper way, and we have to make it tasty.
Correct. Now, out of those ingredients of making chapati, one ingredient is missing, which you have to go and get from your nearby grocery shop or supermarket, right? And you have asked somebody to get that particular thing so that because you are busy in making the batter ready and keeping the stove on. Now, if that person didn't go or if that ingredient didn't came to us at that particular time, would we make the chapati? Is it possible to make the chapati ready? No, obviously no. So this situation is what is termed as disease or syndrome basically. So what we have to do, you have to do is you have to eat when you are feeling hungry. It's very simple, and that has all the medicines of the medical world knew or not know at of this time will be given to your body basically. Now let's just understand. As of now, whatever we have discussed, you just hold it on your mind. Whatever we are going to speak now or whatever we are going to discuss, this discussion, I want you to think from your heart, right? Not from brain. In other words, I would like to have this following next 10 to 15 minutes. I would like to speak with your heart, not with your brain, right? Not with your knowledge, but with your consciousness. Okay? Only consciousness will be able to understand what we are going to discuss from now. Right? How many of you use a two-wheeler?
All of them.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Right. Do we have anyone who don't ride two-wheeler or who don't know to ride a two-wheeler?
I don't know, sir.
Who is that? Ramya. Okay. Fine. Anyway, so Ramya, you just try to follow what I am saying. Maybe it will be helpful. Maybe we will also help you out to learn to ride a two-wheeler, most probably. But I hope at least you know how to ride a cycle, right?
Yes, sir.
That's enough. Now, in the two-wheeler, it may be a motor or it may be a cycle. We have something called tires, which basically move the vehicle. Correct. Now, we also came across something called a situation where the tire got punctured. Right. Obviously, anybody would have came across a puncture in their life who has been using a two-wheeler. Now, can you tell me the puncture happens for the whole tire or in a particular spot?
Particular spot.
Correct. It will happen usually in one particular spot. That spot may be due to maybe a sting inside, or maybe a thorn, or maybe any other nail which has gone in, and also at some time due to high pressure of the air which we have put in. When you pump more air inside the tire, let's say a tire can hold, let's say 1 kg of air. Okay, for example, I'm saying we have added 1 kg and 10 grams of air inside the tire we have pumped in, And then what will happen now? Friends?
It will burst.
It will burst. Okay. Now the burst will happen for the whole tire or at the one spot?
One spot.
Right. Now this part, why it is happening? Sorry?
The tire, not the capacity is less, not able to consume more. It has to
correct. So this particular spot has been busted out because that particular spot is the weak spot basically, right? So that is the reason the weak spot has been busted out and the air is gone out. Now you have punctured it, and then again you are riding for some days. Again you are pumping it. This time you are adding 1 kg and 15 grams of air inside. Now what will happen?
Again it will burst.
Again it will burst. Will it burst in the same place where you have punctured and fitted it?
No, it will different.
It will happen in the different side. Now the different side is the next weakest spot of the same tire basically, right? And then you again puncture it. Now like this, you just going on, and let's say you got 200 punctures fitted in this particular tire. Now what will happen? You have to change the tire next time. No more space for fitting the puncture in it now. Right? Now what would be the solution out of it for any puncture? You have asked somebody to come and see the tire and puncture it, right? If that person said, my friend, your tire holds 1 kg of air, so you keep 1 kg of air and your tire will be fine. If this has been communicated to us, do we go on to the place of 200 punctures in the tire?
No.
No. Obviously. Exactly. So this is something which we can relate directly to our body. Some particular disease or syndrome happens. It may be anything, as I said. It may be a cold, or it may be anything, a fever, or a cough, or any other internal issues. It may be even a kidney stone or a heart block, whatever it may be. These things happen due to some deficiency, and we are not giving two things. One is we are not giving the required thing at the required time, and the same thing is we are stuffing more thing at a particular time. So it's a combination of two is the result of this disease, or which we call as syndrome basically. Now as a doctor or as a medical consultant or a wellness consultant or a health coach, what that person has to say is how to maintain your body, right? Not to give a solution or a tablet or a medicine which is related to your puncturing, right? It's not going to solve your problem. It will give you a remedy. So solution is different, remedy is different, right? Now to understand more, because we know a lot of diseases, we know a lot of causes of it, and we know a lot of knowledge we have, right? Let me give you a very simple example. In the time left is another 21 minutes. Before that, I'll try to make you understand, right? So what is a very big common disease which is amongst in almost all the ages, maybe starting from 27 plus in India? Diabetics. Great. So any other name for diabetics?
It is
sugar.
Sugar.
Exactly, Murugan sir. In scientific terms, it's called diabetes mellitus, right? Now, how this happens, we all know that we are crossing at least one person in every day who has sugar of different ages. Now, what exactly is sugar?
I think imbalance of sugar in the blood.
Okay.
Imbalance of insulin.
Imbalance of?
Insulin.
Imbalance of insulin. Okay, that's a good add. Anyone want to add one more
Imbalance
person?
of nutrients. That is, balanced nutrient is not there.
Balanced nutrients. Again, Murugan sir is always coming up, things which are close actually. It's basically not the insulin. Of course, it is happening due to the imbalance of nutrient supply, which will again affect the balance of insulin. Right. Now, before that, we need to understand why sugar is needed for a body. Right. We are scientifically termed as animals, right? Have you seen a diagrammatic representation of animal cell of a body? And all the married people can have a look at their son or daughter's social or science or biology book. There is something called cell structure. You can have a look maybe after this, not now, right? Inside every cell of animals and plants, there is something called mitochondria. Mitochondria, right? It's termed as mitochondria. Any idea what is it? Do anyone heard about this word before?
Yeah, it is a
We studied in school days,
protein.
but now we didn't remember anything.
Exactly, right. Solunga Ramya.
Yes.
The protein producer of cell, I guess, sir. I don't remember.
Sorry, what?
It stimulates the protein content of the cell, I guess.
Okay. So mitochondria is called as powerhouse of cell. It's called powerhouse of the cell, of that particular cell where it lies. In common word, for a better understanding, we can say mitochondria is the kitchen of the cell. Basically, that is where everything gets burned, and whatever we are eating will be absorbed through the cell wall, given by the blood, and it will be cooked inside each and every cell of your body and will give the power to that particular cell. So all the cell functions in this way, right? Now for burning this, you need sugar. Every human needs sugar. So that sugar should come from where?
Food.
No, I'm not speaking about the source. I am saying how the mitochondria will get sugar in inside your body. Through what? Well, who will give the sugar to the mitochondria or a cell? Blood. Right? We spoke. Blood is the transporting mechanism of the body.
Hormone.
Sorry?
It is liver hormone.
Hormone. Okay. Hormone is the content basically. The transport mechanism, how it will created at some place. The hormone will be generated at some place. In this case of sugar or diabetes, exactly as you said, it's insulin, and that is created by a gland called pancreas. It's on the top of the liver. It's called pancreas. Inside pancreas, there is one more smallest gland which is called Langerhans. Actually, that is the creation point of insulin that will mix into your blood circulation, and the blood circulates to all the cells in the body. This is how it works, and from that blood is when every cell will take the sugar inside and it will burn inside and it will give the power to that particular cell. So each cell will get powered and the body functions. This is the basic functionality. Now this is where sugar lies. Now the condition sugar, what we have been discussed, or what is called diabetes mellitus, is this sugar supply to the mitochondria is not in the proper position, or the sugar given to the mitochondria is a spoiled sugar, right? This is actually the cause or the condition of a sugar basically. Now how this happens, right? Now each of the animal cell has something called cell wall. Okay, if somebody in your house is using a RO purifier for your drinking water, you may be able to understand. It's called reverse osmosis. It's a semi-permeable membrane through which a purification or filtration will happen. That is called RO purified water we all drinking, or most of us drinking. I don't drink actually. I don't take me out of it, right? So the cell wall works in the same way. It's a semi-permeable membrane. It filters things. Okay. Now it will take the sugar inside the cell and give it to the mitochondria only and only when the sugar is properly digested. If the sugar is not digested, it will not allow the sugar to get inside the cell, because that is a spoiled sugar. Okay. Now how will this check is, the sugar which is approaching a cell wall should have a ticket, like how you are entering a movie hall or a exam hall. We need a ticket, a hall pass, right? That hall pass is actually the insulin. Each and every particle of the food which is digested by the body will have to have the pass or the seal called insulin. Okay. And then if the insulin is there, that will be given inside the cell and that will be used for the power creation. Now this insulin will be given to the food, or the food particle, or the nutrients, minerals, proteins, whatever we call it as, whatever is, it has to go into the cell, will be given this pass by the pancreas only when it is properly digested. Right. Now we see the sugar patients have tablets every day, right? And maybe after long years or after some time, they will use something called insulin injection that is coming out from outside of the body. Now, what exactly these tablets do? Any idea?
They are making this seal fake.
They are making
that insulin seal fake.
Exactly. The sugar tablets or the neutralizers or the inert material which suppress the checking point of the semi-permeability, the RO filter or the filter process of your cell wall. Basically, it goes and it will say the cell wall, "Hey, my friend, just stop checking and leave the guy inside." And recommendation. So when that happens, of course, if the sugar inside the body is not non-proper or non-digested sugar in the other way, which is a spoiled wheat to make chapati, is coming inside. Basically, when that is getting burnt and taken the power out of from that, is when it is reaching the next step, and that causes all the other related deficiencies and the things. Now, what is the insulin injection do? Any idea, Murugan sir?
Insulin injection will make artificial, instead of pancreas creation, that injection will directly mix in the blood.
Exactly. The insulin injection what has been given for the sugar patients, that is nothing but a duplicate hall pass, duplicate hall ticket given to all the sugar or whatever it is there in your stomach, that it can be burnt inside the cell. And that is why if you see people who are using sugar tablets or insulin, they will never get cured. The situation will go worse day by day. And it's a traditional way or a mantra. All the sugar treating doctors will say, you have sugar. And it is not curable, but it is only controllable. Because it can't be cured with these two things of sugar pills or the insulin basically. Now, how will you or anyone can come out of sugar? Any idea from whatever the discussion we had from the last 15
By
minutes?
sweating more.
Sorry?
By sweating more.
Yeah, that is one possibility. Any other simple way?
Control your food.
Okay. So the simple way what I have identified. Shiva, you want to add something?
No, just, I saying Marugan's word controlling food. Just thinking about our food habit and just particularly sorry.
Okay. So yeah, that is also a good addition. So basically, what the simplest thing what I identified over the years is, it's simple. We digest the food properly, and your blood takes the properly digested food inside your each cell, right? So you have to eat properly. I have to eat properly is what I found, and that is what I basically tell my clients. Right now it's 8:21. I have 9 more minutes, and in that minute, I'm going to give you what and how you are going to do this thing. Now, this is the 5 step basically, and these 5 steps has to be followed in the same order what I am going to say. Okay, you can't take only this step I'll do today, that step I'll do next day. No, it's just a very simple thing. You have to do in the same order what I am going to say, right? And before that, anyone want to add up something, or anyone want to ask something?
Team, anything you want to add, or any question and answers, and we'll have
Okay, I hope there is no questions, right? Okay, now what I'm going to say is this 5 steps is the only thing you need to follow. It may be little bit hard in the first 1 week to 10 days, but because you are trying it after a long time, after 20 years, 30 years, or 40 years, we have been doing something, and you are going to change a mechanism of you have spent your whole life till today. So when you are doing this change, that will be difficult, and it will be the difficulty will be for 1 week to 10 days, and then you will get used to it, and you will start liking it, right? And this, by doing these 5 steps, you don't need to control anything. You don't need to reduce your food. You don't need to stop eating sugar thing if you are having sugar. You don't need to stop eating you don't have to stop eating potatoes or aloo if you have gastric or acidic issues. Basically, you don't need to do anything. You can eat whatever you want to eat, whenever the time it is, how much ever you want to eat, right? But only whatever you do, follow these 5 steps. Now, the 5 steps. Number 1, eat only when you are feeling hungry. Don't eat by the time. Don't see the time in the morning. It's 8:30. I have to eat. No, it's not that eating. When you are feeling hungry, please eat. Okay. Step number 2 is make sure you are eating when you are hungry, because that is the time your blood is basically saying that, boss, I need something which is missing. So please give it to me. So you have to give that at that particular time, right? And the third point, when the blood is saying in the name of, when your body is speaking to you in the name of hunger, and when you are going to eat, you will get something in your mind at that particular time to eat something. Okay, at that time, don't think whatever your mind says is good, healthy, nutritious. Don't get into those scientific things. Your body is saying it into your consciousness, and your consciousness is getting inside your mind, and you are feeling to eat, let's say, pani puri. Okay, now don't think that pani puri is good or junk food. No, it's not like that. Your body needs something from that particular dish, and your system knows that there is something which is having the ingredient which has to be given inside. So whether it is parota or junk food, don't think about it. Whatever it comes in your mind, please have that. And then step number 4, now you are eating, actually whatever you got hunger, and then you started eating what your mind said. Okay, and at the particular time your mind will say stop, and then please stop it. Don't eat more. Okay, just because we have bought something, let's say a pani puri or a bel puri cost $25 to $30. Don't think that I have spent $30, so I have to finish this or it will go waste. No, it's not like that. Your mind will say that it's enough, so you stop it. More than if you are putting inside, that means you are adding the tire more air. Basically, it may not burst out today. It may burst out in some other way in some time, right? Point number 5. This is the most simplest thing, also most difficult thing when you are starting. When you are eating, whatever it may be, close your lips and eat. Okay? Close your lips and eat. Why this is very important is your buccal cavity. Buccal cavity is the space which we see inside this mouth region, inside place where we chew the food, basically, right? That buccal cavity has nearly 27 different glands, parotid and mandibular glands. They say you can check in all these things. You can check it in Google, or you will find out from the science or biology book of your sons or daughters, basically. So these gland secretions has to be mixed in your food when we are chewing it, and chewing is a process of grinding with the help of tooth, basically. So when we are opening the lips and eating, like, let me do this. Don't eat like this. Eat like that. Why? Because when the lips are open, the oxygen will go inside when you're chewing, and oxygen is a part of the fire column of your 5 elements, and your body is also made of 5 elements. So that will neutralize a lot of glands out of the secretion of this 21 glands I said in the buccal cavity. So when you are mixing it and sending it inside, that is actually an undigested food, and that is what creating all the health problems people are going ahead now. So the food has to be digested and it has to be gone inside, then that will give the required energy for the body, basically. So to do that, you have to close your lips and eat. Now to do this will be a very tough task, I'll tell you right now. Number one, you will take long time to eat. Okay, when you are starting this after a long time, after long years. For eating 2 or 3 chapatis, you may need 30 minutes. And then for the first couple of weeks, you will feel pain over your jawline because you are using this after again decades of life. This two things will happen in the first 1 week to 10 days because you are doing something new actually. But once this is done, your whole body system, you will be able to see or experience your own self that it is getting improved. You will not need any more tablets which you are using before or right now, right? You want to reduce your weight, do this 5 steps. You want to increase your weight, do this 5 steps. Because when you are eating like this, obviously your intake will be going low. If you think that you need 5 chapatis in this method, when you are eating by closing your lips, you may feel filled with 2.5 or 3 chapatis max, because when you are eating in this way, your body is digesting properly, so it will say that this is enough. So obviously, you don't need to put an effort to control your food eating habits. It will naturally control on your own body itself, right? And if you want to increase weight, also the same thing works, because when you are trying to increase weight, it will obviously absorb more, whatever you are taking inside. So you don't need to stop anything, you don't need to control anything, you don't need to avoid anything. You be completely free. Just follow these 5 steps in the same order, basically. Right? Now that's 8:29, friends, and that's it for me. It's a very small session. It's a very wide topic to discuss actually. So thanks for listening to me and giving me inputs in middle. Maybe if you have any questions or something, you can ask me.
Yeah, Tim, any questions? So if you want any further clarification regarding your personal or specific issues, you can get in touch with Murthy for his inputs anytime, and he might schedule a separate interaction with you. So that can also be done. So please feel free. Or anything that you want to discuss now, you can discuss now. Can you all switch on your cameras, please? I will take a screenshot. முரளி பெட்ல இருந்து எந்திரிச்சாச்சா?
Javed, please switch on your video. Manju, Bhavani.
பரவாயில்லப்பா, ராஜேஷ் பையனையும் வெல்னஸ்ல கொண்டு வந்திருக்கான்.
கேமரா ஆன் பண்ண பையனை தூக்கி அதான் நான் மாத்தி வைக்கிறேன்.
ஓகே, ஜாவேத் அண்ட் பவானி.
Bhavani.
Sir.
Just one snap, that's all. Don't worry. We are already scared. Okay, no, sure. Sir, taking, sir, snap or waiting? Sir? So HO staffs, time 8:30. So try to come to office before 10:30. So we are giving 2 hours time. So within 2 hours time, do whatever you want. Please come to office.
Okay, sir.
Yes, because of that only we have closed the training session with 1 hour. Okay, so 8:30 we are closed. So that is Arun, sir.
Yeah, sorry, I got disconnected. So,
okay, sir.
So can we get feedback from people who are here? So just one minute and then we can close.
Yeah. So Tim, you can share your feedback.
Start with Shanti or over. You can call out names, Shiva, so that we can close.
People are leaving, sir. Shanti, you can share your feedback, Shanti.
Yeah, it's up to now I didn't heard the topic of wellness like this, and it's interesting, and we can maintain without medicine also health condition stable. Novel efforts. It's nice.
Thank you, Shanti. So Sujata.
ஆல்ரெடி எனக்கு கொஞ்சம் தெரியும். ஸோ இப்போ நிறைய ஒரு ரீகப் பண்ண மாதிரி இருந்துச்சு. ஸோ அதுக்கு தேங்க்ஸ் சொல்லிக்கிட்டேன் மூர்த்திக்கு. எல்லாருமே நம்ம வந்து ஹெல்த்தை வந்து ரொம்ப என்ன சொல்றது இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் கொடுக்கறது இல்லை நிறைய பேர். ஏன்னா அது வந்துட்டு நம்ம ஒரு என்ன சொல்றது வயசாகும் போது தான் அதுக்கு நான் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் கொடுக்குறோம். ஸோ இப்போவே நம்ம இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் கொடுத்தாதான் நம்மளோட ஏஜ் வந்துட்டு நிறைய நாள் நம்ம வாழ முடியும். ஏன்னா முன்னமே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா முதல் ஹெல்த்துக்கு தான் ரொம்ப முக்கியத்துவம் கொடுப்பாங்க, சாப்பாடு. ஸோ ஹெல்த்தியான சாப்பாடு வந்து ஹோம்மேட் சாப்பாடே சாப்பிட்டாலே நிறைய கிடைக்கும். ஸோ நிறைய பேர் நினைக்கிறாங்க நான்வெஜ் சாப்பிட்டா தான் நம்மளுக்கு வந்துட்டு நல்லா இது கிடைக்கும் அப்படின்ற மாதிரி. ஸோ இந்த செஷன் வந்து ரொம்ப நல்லா இருந்துச்சு. தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச்.
தேங்க்யூ சுஜிதா. சுவாமி.
Sir, control our fruit, sir.
Okay, that's great.
That is the main important.
Okay. Muran sir.
So it is very nice session, and we given our uphold prolong in a different style. Food is medicine, medicine is food. So and today I learned how to chew that because we normally eat. I will finish in 2 minutes my lunch. Okay, so now onwards we have to try what is I have. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Sundar sir.
நல்லா இருந்தது. எப்படி சாப்பிடணும்ன்றதுனா ஸோ இது பண்ண நல்லா தான் இருக்கும். மருந்து இல்லாமல் சாப்பிட்றது உணவு முறைங்கிற மாதிரி நல்லா இருக்கும். தேங்க்யூ.
ராஜேஷ். Rajesh Lepta. Okay. Mani.
Sir.
What's your feedback?
ஸோ வந்து ஃபுட்டை கொஞ்சம் நம்ம அளவாக எடுத்துக்கணும். ஸோ மெடிசன்ஸை ரொம்ப அவாய்ட் பண்ணுறது நல்லது ஹெல்த்துக்கு. ஸோ தட்ஸ் இட் சார். தேங்க்யூ தேங்க்யூ மூர்த்தி சார்.
தேங்க்யூ மணி. கிருபா.
Yeah, sir. By this, I got some different info about our health. So, thank you for sharing this, Murthy, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Kirbal. David.
Thank you for guiding us to proper lifestyles of.
அவன் 5 நிமிஷம் தாங்க வந்தான்.
Let him share, sir. Please.
Okay.
Sir, our main objective is we have to make people to wake up early, sir. That is our main objective. I thought to ask the questions since time, that there is no time. We will. This is an office also. So what is the best way to get up early?
Okay.
Early means I'm saying at least 6 o'clock. Okay.
So whatever whatever Mr. Murthy has taught us, it has given us a right guideline. So thanks for that, and we will follow the same.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Javid. And, my feedback, I like the way Murthy taken the entertaining session. With the two metaphor. One is that a tire, and another one is a chapati. These two things he related the entire training session and made us to understand in an easy way. That I like very much. And basically, we all know whatever we are taking food, that is the reason, that way that is the reason for our well-being and our disease also. That he explained this very well. Thank you, Murthy.
Yeah. So thanks, Murthy. So it was a wonderful session. So as it was clear and crisp and to the point, very easy to understand. So because usually such type of programs will have many jargons, many PPTs and other things. So you didn't resort to that. So it was very good actually. So keep up the good work. So and hope people will call you personally to discuss their things. I hope so that will help them in many manners, many ways. So thanks a lot, Murthy, for your time and effort. So it was wonderful.
Thank you.
So we will work out a separate session on how to take it on some other forum, or how do we have some 2-3 hours of session. So we can work on it actually.
Sure.
Okay. So thanks, Murthy. So thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you. Thanks, Shiva. Thanks,
Thank
team.
you.
Thank you. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.